then I can understand.
No.
But this, we always say that it's logic and you got to try it yourself and see. That's the part that I don't. I mean, just because some Jyotish, I don't buy the so
No.
many
It's not
explanations.
Jyotish driven. I think we are saying that it's Kevli driven because Kevli has saying it's got to be truth, right? So
Yeah, but there has to be some explanation that
I will
most
read to
people
you.
can understand. You know, if say somebody says based on faith, yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know
I think
everything.
it's almost
Human
like
beings
I
don't
am
know everything, so
Viraji. I
One
think
second, Bahubaliji, 1 second, just stop sharing, then start sharing again. Just give me, let's do the Namakar
so.
mantra
Viraji,
first.
I think
yeah,
part of the problem is we try to use too much reason. Also, I
yeah,
think
yeah,
because the basic fact of the matter is I am, therefore
Bahubaliji, can you,
I am.
yeah, there.
yeah, true.
नमो अरिहन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवजायाणं नमो लोये सवसाहूणं जय जिनेन्द्र.
Jai Hind.
We are doing Krambaddhaparyay. And here, actually, for your sake, let me bring what we read in Moksha, even though you guys also read it, but I'm just going to remind you. Just 1 second. We just had this in this morning's class. Okay, just 1 second. Uh,
It is actually very interesting for me because Prabhaji knows I do a little bit of astrology stuff too, right? So
Yeah.
Okay, so let's learn. So you guys read this in English, but you did read it. So I'm going to quickly read this one little paragraph, okay? So, देखो, I'm just going to quickly read this. मरण होने पर, so this is talking about मोह की महिमा. Who
Hmm.
doesn't have moh here, right? All of us do. So, शरीर आत्मा प्रत्यक्ष भिन्न होते हैं. एवरीबडी नोज दैट. एक शरीर को छोड़कर आत्मा अन्य शरीर धारण करता है. वहां यंत्रादिक अपने पूर्व वर्ग का संबंध प्रकट करते देखे जाते हैं, परंतु इसको शरीर से भिन्न बुद्धि नहीं होती. इवन दो वी हैव बीन टाइम एंड अगेन प्रूवन दैट द सोल लीव्स द बॉडी गेट्स बर्न, स्टिल वी हैव सो मच एकत्व. राइट, यू एग्री विराज?
Yeah.
सो so in sharir se bhinna buddhi, why we have so much attachment? Because we think the body and soul is one. स्त्री
Hmm.
उत्पादिक अपने स्वार्थ के सगे प्रत्यक्ष देखे जाते हैं, उनका प्रयोजन सिद्ध न हो तभी विपरीत होते दिखाई जाते हैं. So even the spousal relationship is at the end of the day it's a स्वार्थी relationship. Why do divorces happen? जब उनका प्रयोजन सिद्ध नहीं होता.
Hmm.
ये उनमें ममत्व करता है और उनके अर्थ नरक आदि में गमन के कारणभूत नाना प्रकार के पाप उत्पन्न करता है. So that happens too, right? Somebody falls in love, to please them they'll do whatever it takes, even if they have to go to narak. Now, धनादि सामग्री किसी के होती देखी जाती है, ये उन्हें अपनी मानता है. We have seen all those episodes in India or here, or people running after money. I mean, even here you would think it's less, but it is still there. We had a Sindhi couple who did not have kids. So they donated all their wealth to the temples and they wanted a senior center opened and all that has happened. Yet, when the committee went to get that money, they had developed so many relatives that were wanting to claim that money. So it kind of happens here too. So even though they know it's not theirs, yet they want to claim, right? तथा शरीर की अवस्था और बाह्य सामग्री स्वयमेव उत्पन्न होती तथा विनष्ट होती दिखाई देती है. ये वृथा स्वयं करता होता है. So even our body, whether it is pain, whether it is wrinkles, whether it is whatever happens to us, it just happens. If we may say, oh, I'm good looking because I take care of my skin, or I'm whatever weight because I take care of myself. But we have seen enough examples of no matter how good people took care of their bodies, they still got cancer or they still got some ailment which was not curable. And we have seen all that in our lifetimes happening to our known people. Ye vrata. So, in spite of us observing those things, we still have that karta bhav. Still not gone, right? I mean, I understand the argument that because of that, it doesn't mean you just let it go and don't exercise. That's not the point here. The point is that अब उसको कर्ता मानना, वहां जो कार्य अपने मनोरथ से के अनुसार होता है उसे तो कहता है मैंने किया, ठीक है, मैंने एक्सरसाइज की, मैंने हाइकिंग की, मैंने so like okay, even in my 70s I have enough muscles, I can keep going, go, wonderful, right? Because I am the doer. तो वो कहता है मैंने किया, और अन्यथा हो तो कहता है मैं क्या करूं, ऐसा ही होना था. So Viraj, let's take that example of while ago one of your friends, was it wife or somebody, had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now, of course, everybody was disturbed, and I don't know what their situation was. They could have been one of those who really took care of their health and did the right things, parted the T's and the I's and everything was done. Yet it was something beyond their control. So at that point, what do we think? What can I do? ऐसा ही होना था. उस टाइम कोई हमारे पास जवाब नहीं होता है. So sometimes you have to disprove something. Okay, उस time अगर जवाब नहीं था, तो what about all the other times when you think it is because of your efforts that your health is okay? It sort of disproves that.
So we tend to take credit for our successes and we assign failure to aisa to hona hi tha, right?
Exactly. Even though the credit will be given, taken, whatever in the vyavhar, but inside we should know I am not the doer of any of this. And that is what this Krambaddhaparyay is trying to get at. I mean, otherwise, Bhagwan didn't even have to tell you this philosophy or even worry about it, because obviously he knew it was going to create arguments. But there's a very solid reason to understand this philosophy thoroughly.
Yeah, but in that example, see, certain things we can control, certain we cannot. That was a brain cancer.
Think you can. That's the whole point. Rephrase your sentence. You think you can control.
No,
Right?
no, you may not control, but we can see one person who doesn't take care of the health and one person only eat junk food and all that, compared to somebody else, say, is reasonably healthy.
All
In
right. But
Vyavhar, we can see the difference.
you're right. We can see. Can we prove? My father, all his life, he ate whatever, like, he was very passionate about food and everything. Of course, yes, he did exercise an hour each day. Other than that, he didn't do anything. He ate everything and anything. He was the skinniest and the very, very fit, till like a couple years before his death. He was the fittest person I have seen on earth. I've never seen my dad lay down or even in fever or anything. He never took naps. He worked till he was 80 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And but does that prove? So that should prove that you could be eating all the junk food and you could still be the most healthiest person.
No,
Another
Macaulay was
example.
not eating junk food. No.
No, I'll give you another example,
No, I
Viraj.
don't. I don't totally
No,
understand.
and then none of us went on him, of all things. That was the biggest sorrow of it all.
Yeah, my grandfather was also very skinny. But see, that time there was no what do you call it? Ready-made food. What they call junk food, we
No,
probably
no.
call good food.
My dad like was the what do you call the old timer wealthy type of personality. Okay. He
Mm-hmm.
was a CFO of a company, and
Mm-hmm.
in India, you know how it is. If you're
Right.
up in the echelon, you're like treated like British Raj type of
Right.
person. And that
Right.
was the personality he was. He just thought he could rule over everybody and anybody, and including his family.
Mm-hmm.
So we were scared of him. The oldest daughter and the most favorite of him, I was the only one who had the courage to even a little bit argue with him, right? And because he could afford it, I mean, we were children like in the 1960s. I remember drinking gold coin apple juice. Who drank apple in 1960s? But that's how shocking my father was. I mean, he used to bring us pastries and apple juices, and back in those days when nobody had even heard of those things. So it was not like junk food was not available to him. Yes, it was. He stayed in five-star hotels in 1960s from his job work. We stayed in Oberoi's in Mumbai and everywhere. So yes, all was available, and he definitely ate all of those things. And his motto of life was, yes, enjoy, khao piyo, maze karo. So, but still he was very, very healthy.
Yeah, sometimes things defy logic. I mean, my friend's father-in-law, he's now 80 now, and till a couple of years back, he used to play regularly golf with us and everything, and he used to smoke. And a couple of years back, he quit smoking. He tried to get onto the healthier lifestyle, and now he's actually worse off. He
Oh,
can't
no,
do
no,
it
for
anymore.
last couple, I mean, like my dad, okay? Last a year of his life, I would say, okay? I think he had mild Parkinson's maybe for a number of years prior, but he never took it to like, he never showed it. He was just that personality, right? So till the day he fell, he was fast walking. He would disagree to hire anybody to take care of him. Even though we finally, hired a guy who would walk behind him to make sure he doesn't fall on the road and all that. But that's how stubborn he was. In spite of Parkinson's, he was walking every day, was doing all these normal things. So he only suffered the last 2 months of his life when he fell. Some chakkar came and he fell because he was a tall person and he broke his bone. And then that type of personality then gets really depressed. They don't want to be kind of dependent on people because they never were all their life. So in his case, I wouldn't say that he was worse off even. Like even I would say his death was quite like okay, without much suffering.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So you know what? What do you think that could have got to contributed? Sata Ved Nikam. He had plenty of it. He lived all his life very decent, I would say. I mean, he was always the wealthiest of all his siblings. I had enough money to help any family members if they needed. Uh, and I mean, he was a good guy, but health-wise, he did all the wrong things, except exercise 1 hour, which I have to give you credit. So,
Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So there are plenty of examples, one way or the other, like you're
Right.
saying. Of course, there are examples, people who do take care do have, better results and all that. And I mean, otherwise, if that was not the case, then science wouldn't work. That's work science to work based on data, and they have to prove at least so much percent has to do. But even science will say they cannot guarantee a thing in life. They cannot say you do this and it will work on 100% of the people. They can only give you numbers, they can only give you percentages. Right? So we all know
Yep.
there is some defect somewhere.
Mm.
Nothing works 100%.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Not 100%. Yeah.
So that is what they're trying to say, is that what happens is when things go our way, we say मैंने किया. अब जब नहीं होता है जो मैंने सोचा वो नहीं होता है. My kid, I wanted him to be studying well, making good money, and he turned out to be a robber. Yeah, we have a friend here who is a very big cardiologist, made tons of money because, back in the 60s and 70s, they made millions in those days. And then his kids were all like one, I guess he settled in India with a pacemaker factory. So, well, he did okay. The daughter married an American, which in those days wasn't considered that great. you know. And then the third son didn't do well for himself at all. So they had to kick him out of the house and let him be on his own, and he's probably still not doing so well. So now what happens to that person's ego? He did so well in life. None of his kids could. And the only about the older son, he can talk and say, oh, my son has a pacemaker factory in India and he's doing well. Okay, then you could make one son doing so well. What happened to your second son? Why couldn't you make him equally good? So where it goes well, we want to take the credit. I set up this factory for him and he's doing well. So that is our natural tendencies. When things go our way, we want to take credit for them. When they don't, then vidhi ka vidhan kya karu? It happens. So you see, we are acting like wo jo nashe mein hota hai na, he doesn't know what he's saying. So half the times he happens to be correct. But that doesn't mean we believe him, because it just so happened what he said was correct. But he really don't know what he's saying. तो यहाँ लिखा है कि मैं क्या करूं, ऐसा ही होना था, अथवा ऐसे क्यों हुआ, ऐसा मानता है कि भाई मैं क्या करूं, मैंने तो इतनी मेहनत करी अपने बच्चे को पढ़ाने की, आई वांटेड हिम टू मेक गुड मनी एट दिस एंड दैट, yet this is the way it was supposed to happen, so he is not doing so well in life. Right? परंतु या तो सर्व का करता ही होना था. Either you take credit for everything good or bad that happens in your life, और या अकर्ता रहना था. सो विचार नहीं करता है. Right? So if you go with that philosophy, then what? Either you believe that there is Krambad, or you say I'm in control of everything. And then you prove that, which you can't. We just disprove that there is nothing that happens 100% of the times. Okay, so let's now get back to our book. And again, one thing, yes, it is sort of discomforting for everybody. I mean, until you really have a firm Shraddha in Krambad, and it kind of haunts you, honestly, when people, especially when they learn this, is that so now this is what is happening. So, oh, was it Krambad or was it me? You know what I'm saying? but 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 that's okay. We'll learn how to take it in the right stride. So
Okay.
okay. Go ahead, Bahubali, to share. All right. Let's check the book page also here just to see if they did provide book pages. Yeah, that's where we are starting.
Yeah.
Okay, just go up a little bit just to see if the book page and PDF page matches, or what's the deal here. It just says draft, no page numbers. Oh, bummer. No, it does. 8. Okay, is that the page number you said then?
9.
This is the page number. We are going to next page.
9, you said 9. So it is the
Yeah.
book page then. It's not the PDF page. Fine.
Oh, that means both are the same then.
Maybe in this situation, they both happen to be the same then. Yeah. Okay. For now, yeah, we'll have to deal with this unless if we have to, for any reason, add or change something to the book, in which case the page numbers will change. Otherwise, once it goes to print, they should stay somewhat same. Okay. So let's start where we left off.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. You can start, Bahubali ji.
Yeah.
Maybe let me read the previous page, the
That's fine.
para. Okay, so I'll start from here. Looks like salutations to Lord Vardhaman, in whose mirror-like omniscience the three worlds, along with the non-habitable universal space, shine forth, and who has washed away the impurity in the form of karmic defilement, such as knowledge obscuring jnana varna karma. This way, omniscience and knowledge of three are naturally established through the authoritative testimonies of universally revered Jain philosophers such as Acharya Kunda Kunda, Kartikeya, Samantabhadra, Umaswami, Pujyapada, Veerasena, Amrit Chandra, Ravisena, and many other eminent acharyas. Even after presenting numerous scriptural evidences, people still insist, please tell us clearly, in which scripture is the doctrine of sequentially bound modification mentioned? But my response is there any scripture where sequentially bound modification is not spoken of? In all four categories of scriptures, indeed, even in daily worship and recitation, at every step, the voice of sequentially bound modification resounds clearly. Bhamandal ki Jyoti Jagmagata Bhavidekata Bhavidekat Nijabhava Sat Sat. In the radiant aura Prabha Mandala of the Tirthankara Lord, a soul capable of liberation, Bhavya Jiva, sees 7 of its own births. Of these 7 births, 3 belong to the past, 3 to the future, and 1 is the present birth. Okay. So according to this, at least 3
So
future
now
births.
tell me, Viraj, can science predict these?
Hmm.
3
In the
previous
radiant?
births and 3
See,
future births?
yeah,
No, no. But
So if it can understand what happens to the consciousness after death, then it can be. It's the starting step, but starting step
right,
has not been
because
taken for millions of years
but
now.
we don't know either.
Even AI
Yeah,
will not be able to figure out with all its computational power.
correct. Yeah, that's why it has not happened till now, right? In the age of AI and all, right? It has still not been proven what happens after death
Right?
to the consciousness.
But in this era also, we don't have anybody who can predict now, or I
That is
understand.
true.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, the Tirthankars are not there in this, in front of us, yes. But let's say we don't believe in this. What benefit do we have?
We still think that we are the
no,
doer and we will try to.
yeah, because then your Purusharth has lot more value.
so if you
Purusha,
do not believe in this,
right?
then what is the point of believing other things also? Correct? There are 6
Yeah,
types of dravyas. Why do we believe those? Atma and body are different. Why do we believe them?
yeah. The
What is the
entire
point?
structure of Tirthankar Bhagwan, the definition of Bhagwan, right? Everything then can't be believed, right? So if you believe the definition of Bhagwan, right, to be omniscient, right, the omniscient will know the future.
Yeah,
So if you believe one thing, then we have to believe the other thing.
yeah.
But
Right,
we do not
uh,
believe anything, that is fine, but it can't be partial.
right. But then what's the meaning of the life? Is everything is predetermined?
That's
Why
a
are
good
we
meaning.
doing this?
No, that's a good meaning. Correct. Everything is
Yeah.
determined.
Yeah, so if you think that today you will go to the gym or you will not go to the gym is determined, but you don't know it, right? You still live your life the way you would take a decision whether to go to the gym or not to go to the gym.
Because
Agreed,
the fact
agreed.
that you will take a decision after this contemplation is also decided, is also
Correct, right. So what is the purpose of our whole human civilization?
From
purpose
genuine
doesn't
There
standpoint,
is,
change.
yes.
there is, I mean, in fact, it goes by the individual, correct? If I find my purpose, then try to find what is the purpose around me, correct? So it's like there is no ending conclusion about the purpose or
Are
anything.
you thinking, Viraj, the purpose of this human civilization is to have the karta bhav and eat, drink, and be merry and die? No. That was
No,
never the purpose.
no. If you want moksha, but we are saying everything is predetermined.
Yeah,
So what
so
I'm saying is, am I reliving something, or is
You
it?
could very well be, and that's fine. Nothing is wrong with this. But the fact that, so now, okay, you could be like a CID, right? So you don't know. Bhagwan knows,
Right.
but you don't know. Let's say now, one thing you could do is, like, how when we watch these, what do they call those? Suspense movies,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to figure out, right, that what could be who could be the killer, all those things, whatever, right? So now things are happening in your life. Okay, you got married to Rupal. Rupal decided to kind of sway you to take this course. And then Bichara Viraj, what to do? Now there is teacher and there's Rupal, and he has to be the topper. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the funny thing is-
that was also pre-decided that he will be the
Yeah,
topper.
I don't buy that. That was a fluke. That was some mistake somewhere along the way. Anyway.
No, some people have not got some marks,
we
right?
don't
That
know.
because
Yeah, I haven't seen. Maybe Bahubali's number
And
vanished
yeah,
from the computer.
Bahubali ji
I don't
purposely
know.
held off the answers.
See,
Bahubali
like,
ji.
yeah, no.
Anyway, no, sorry, go ahead. Anyway,
That's not the point. The point I'm
yeah.
trying to make is
That
that
is Krambaddha in my case, definitely.
exactly. So let's say that
I did not one paper, really did not read well. See, like, I just thought, okay, let me take a chance. That is the one I got 75 or something, 82 or something.
no, Viraj,
So,
you got 50 in the first paper, right, Viraj? I saw
Yeah,
your
yeah.
marks.
I just good at finding out where it is.
I know his wife was so proud. She messaged me that he got
Amit, I was so shocked when I saw the number. How is it even possible?
No, I knew it because I can see everybody's marks. I knew
Yeah,
that you are the topper, right? In
right,
the
so like Amit is like now Krambaddhaparyay, he knows.
yeah,
Yeah,
in the
Amit
Moodle
ji,
side,
yeah.
I can see the
Omniscient.
PDF.
He's the omniscient. We have to ask him.
But see,
Anyway,
still I cannot
sorry.
be the topper, right? Even if I was omniscient, right?
No, but you already know you are not the topper.
It was not in my Krambad, right, to be the topper of semester 3.
So anyway, sorry, we
I,
are.
I
Yeah.
I'm very bad at finding
I
things.
wanted to say one thing happened in my life, correct? So I was, after doing my engineering, I was a lecturer for 3-4 years in engineering college. Then I took a lot of computer courses, and then I came to Bangalore. I was struggling a lot. It's in 1992, 93, correct? Then I was so frustrated. Okay, so I met this lady. You remember there is a computer, Shakuntala Devi. You
Yeah,
heard about her?
Shakuntala.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So she's from Bangalore. So I was in Bangalore. I thought, okay, let me go and meet her. What she says. So she actually, I mean, she gave me some kind of like yantra, and then she said, chant this mantra or something. But she said, I mean, she put a condition of chant that mantra or something like that. But she said, like, come 2-3 years, you will be going abroad. I say, like, I'm
Ah,
not even getting a job here.
Hmm.
He said, you can come and talk with me later. But after I came to abroad, I did not go. But she saw that. I mean, I was struggling to get a job. And then I got a job, and then things led to other, and then I went to Sweden. It's like that. I mean, I cannot even believe that. So, I mean, I was not confident, not at all, because I was not even getting a single job. I got, and then it was not a good job. And then events happened. So I never even dreamed of going anywhere. Just get a job and meet my ends.
so,
written in your Krambad.
she must have obviously something you could see on your
Yeah,
face. There's so
yeah,
many
she's
different ways
definitely
people can calculate things: face
yeah,
reading,
thing.
palm reading, kundali,
Yeah,
whatever, right? So obviously none of these would exist if the future was
yeah.
not known.
But again,
Yeah.
that's not. I would say that's not 100%. I know
Well,
that
you're right,
sometimes
it's
they
not
get
So
it right.
what
100%.
I think what we're trying to, based on what we're understanding is, there definitely appears to be somebody knows that this is what it is, but we might not believe. But what I take is I listen to uh, Sanjay Ji Shastri, the
Yeah.
Mm.
course on this one multiple times. Now, I mean, the kind of things he actually extracted the best part of this book. And I mean, later part, he tells so many things. So it is after first time I didn't understand. I'm sorry to just take some time. But the second time, third time, I'm going on fourth time now, already listening again and again and again. Every time it really confirms conviction that the conviction comes that if I start paying attention to his sentences, whatever he extracted, I mean, it's amazing. In the sense,
How
for
many
me,
hours
not
lectures?
only just concept, for me, it is like unloading. Like, okay,
Mm.
I'm not the doer. Even when I sit meditate, correct, there's so many thoughts come. Sometimes we try to, okay, chant mantra to not to block
Not to
that
get
thought and this
distracted by
thought,
other
that thought,
stuff.
correct? Now, I mean, nowadays, like when I remember all these things, I just let it. Then suddenly it stops. I mean, without any effort. But it's unburdening. It's more of
Mhm.
like so much relaxation that, okay, everything is not taken care. Everything is happening. I mean, you don't have control, or you do control or don't control. I don't care. So just
And
be there.
honestly,
Just
ownership is a burden. I'll tell you,
yeah.
Viraj. I mean, I relate everything to this. Okay, so let's say you reach a certain stage when you're young, you want to invest, right? So you
Mhm.
diversify your wherever, you buy shares, you buy
Portfolio. Yeah.
properties, you buy whatever, right? All of a sudden, you get to a stage where owning anything is a burden. Owning means doership of anything. So let's take an example of a property. Let's say you own 10 properties. Now, each of those property, anything goes, even though you're getting the fruits, right? You're collecting rent, you're collecting whatever, it's in some ways positive. Yet, if anything happens, which I experienced this summer, two or three
Mhm.
things happened, suddenly you realize anything you own is such a
Yeah, yeah,
huge burden in your life.
Yeah, yeah.
And
As you get
that
older.
includes even your thoughts that you own is a big burden in your life. Think
Hmm.
about
I I want to share one thing happened. One thing, many things happened to me.
it.
In 15 years back, I bought a site in Bangalore. That time, dollar rate was what? $50, 50 rupees.
Yeah,
Mhm.
40 or
Okay.
50. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it is almost $100.
Hmm.
Okay. So if I just kept the money here, I mean, correct. And then the
That's the
site
story
I,
Shanti
yeah,
tells me all the
yeah,
time.
site
He's
I
like, what
bought,
was the point
site
of
I, site I bought, it was in some the scheduled the SCST area.
Yeah.
There
Right, right.
so many people are trying to claim it. My friend has to go to many times police station. He has to provide all the things. It is such a pain to me. Why I'm cursing myself? Why did I buy? Why did I want that?
It was your friend's Krambath to help you, so he's
No,
doing
no,
it.
no.
There
It
you go.
doesn't see
There you
like, I
go.
mean, good that he managed for me, but I mean, sitting here, not always worry. I mean, of course, I mean, nowadays I don't worry.
And so
Whatever
why is
happens,
all
happens.
this? Because
Yeah,
you have ownership. The
yeah,
moment you sell it, it's gone. You don't
yeah,
care if somebody else takes it over,
yeah,
does whatever,
yeah,
right? So that's what I'm saying. This doership, ownership
yeah,
is all part of the same bag.
yeah,
And the moment we release it, and Krambad philosophy is one of those that will help
yeah,
us do that. And I feel it. I'll tell you why. Because uh, like of course my husband is a perfectionist, so he knows more than me. He understands, he can explain in detail, he can go in details of every word and everything. Yet sometimes I claim that I understand this better than you, but that's besides the point. The point is that he so he kind of is like you, right, Bahubali? He is like, he doesn't want to deal with the properties in India because he has the same problem. When he invested, the dollar value was so less. And now he's like, if I could have just kept that money in US, I would have been better off. And well, part of it, the reason is my dad suggested us to invest. So we did. So he's like, your father made you invest. So now you take care of those properties and you sell them, right?
So not a
But
suitable Nimit, is it?
yeah, so then I said, fine, I'll take care of it. But the point is, it doesn't bother me. Okay, so if I can sell it tomorrow, I'm fine with it. If I cannot sell it, I'm fine with it.
yeah,
Krambad mein jo hona hai so hoga, why bother? I'm not even bothered as to where we donate the money. He's kind of always trying to figure out, okay, I need to plan, I need to donate to this organization and this, there. It doesn't bother me. The money is its
yeah,
own putgal.
yes,
It will go wherever its Krambad destiny is. It
yeah,
doesn't matter. I could break my head over where I should
yeah,
donate after I'm gone or whatever. It is not going to matter.
Yeah. The ownership, and then I sit and meditate. I want to experience a bliss. Even want to. I mean, it's all burden. It is. It's so much burden.
So you live it up and you'll understand it even better, Viraj.
Mhm.
So I mean,
No, that's not
it
what I'm
doesn't
saying.
bother
No, no,
me.
no, no,
Whereas
no.
I
That's what not
feel
what
my
I'm saying.
husband sometimes is bothered with where he should do the money and where like which schools he should support and what he should. I'm like, you know what? If the money has to go to a certain school, the thought will come to my mind. Boom, I'll do it. No big deal. But I'm not going to sit around break my head over planning my philanthropy. You know, I don't care. So
So I think, as Amit pointed out in the last class, is there is no doership. I think that's a key message,
that's the key
and that
message.
is supposed to unburden you, right?
And you have to feel it. You have to apply in every situation of your life. See,
Experience it.
just me telling you, us reading the book is
Yeah.
not enough.
Need experience.
And that's why we try to go through as many examples as we can in the class. So you go home and make your own examples
Yeah.
and relate to it.
No, everything that we do is about doership, right? We don't have to even figure out an example. From
Yeah.
morning to evening in our office also, we
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to take the
That,
ownership, right? And saying
see,
that
that's
I'm
how
the
the
doer, right?
that's how the binding is.
But
That's how correct.
just try, live one day without, just let things happen. Just, I mean, I do it all the time right now because I can afford it. I don't have to work. I can sleep whenever I feel like it. I can wake up whenever I feel That's why when somebody asks, what's your routine? I'm like, hey, I don't have a routine. I just let things happen. Whenever I wake up, I wake up. If I feel sleep, I just came back
Yeah.
from, I
See, those,
nowadays extreme jet lag. So, oh my God, I sleep like crazy. So I just came from Seattle, which is nothing, like 3 hours, right? And I was sleeping till 10 this morning. Thanks for this morning class that I had to actually wake up. And then I slept again in the afternoon. I woke up at 6:30 and took a shower. Oh my God, I have a class to teach. Other than that, it doesn't matter. Let things happen. Don't plan your days. Doesn't matter.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
but probably here in this paragraph, why they've written 7 of its own births? They can see everything. Why 7?
no.
he can
The,
see. So if
the
you are
Bhavya
standing in front
Jivas,
of
Bhavya
Tirthankar,
Jivas.
no. So Amitji, if you are standing, if you when Mahavir Bhagwan was here, or any Samavsaram for that matter, whenever you attended last, you could see your own 7 births
Yeah.
in that Abha Mandal of Bhagwan.
Oh, this is not
The,
Bhagwan. Sorry, I
the
did
It's
not
not
understand.
Bhagwan.
participant.
See,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Bhagwan can see everything.
Yeah.
You can see your 7 births.
Okay.
So that is just a specialty of Tirthankar that whoever goes, they can see. So, okay, continue.
Okay. According to this, at least 3 future births of each such jiva are necessarily predetermined. Otherwise, how could they be seen?
So that they're just proving. So,
Yeah.
Ki Bhagwan, to he can see all infinite future, right, and past. But even you mundane souls, you go in front of a Tirthankar and you can see it. So, which means it proves they are determined. How else would you be able to see it? So, okay.
The lifespan determining karma, ayu karma of 3 births cannot be bound simultaneously. Therefore, it cannot be said that the births became fixed due to the binding up lifespan determining karma. The clear conclusion that emerges is this: those future births were already predetermined. They are not determined by the binding up lifespan determining karma. All the scriptures of the Prathamana Yoga are filled with definitive proclamations about the future. Lord Leminatha had foretold the burning of Dwarka 12 years in advance. He had also clearly stated the instrumental cause, the manner, and the exact time at which it would occur. Despite numerous efforts to prevent it, everything unfolded exactly as foretold.
So anyway, I was trying to get, I did not get to finish that story, Viraj, about
Yeah.
your life and all that. Was the point is, now if you were a CID and you can predict that, okay, That's all you can do because you don't know the future. But you can predict that, okay, if I found a wife who got interested in this and then tried to get me interested into this, and the fact that now I'm starting to learn, hey, maybe that's a prediction that I'm going, maybe that path towards the moksha.
Mhm.
But Bhagwan, oh, rather, maybe Bhagwan has seen my path towards the
You're
moksha.
right.
So all this is happening. So, and yes, I don't know if you guys have heard this story about this Dwarka burning. Have you guys heard this story? Did we have it already in our
Yeah,
courses?
like in I think Neminath,
Yeah, so what happened was Neminath predicted that this Dwarka will burn, right? So now everybody obviously did not want Dwarka to burn. That is Krishnaji's home, right? So even Krishna, who was Samyak Drashti, who is to become a Tirthankar, also tried his best to uh, not let it burn. So this Muni, so Neminath predicted it will be burned with this Muni's nimit at this time, at this whatever all this that it says, right? So that Muni, I don't know, did they give his name here or no? Okay.
yeah,
Anyway, I cannot recall the name. Anyway, he went away for 12 years because they said that 12 years later this is supposed to happen. So the guy said, I'm not even going to exist around this surroundings. So no way I can burn it. Right? So he goes away. Now, so the point is that because what you do is you take that as a hypothesis. Because Bhagwan had predicted, that is for sure that it has to happen. So what happened was that this guy didn't realize. So he came after 12 years were way past and all that. And he's like, oh, now it didn't burn. I proved Bhagwan wrong. So he came back. Didn't realizing that there was an Adhik Mass that year. You know how Adhik Mass happens? So that same Tithi, for I don't know what happens, it falls twice or 1 month later, something happens, right? So that happened. So because of that, that Muni ended up coming back in that area before that time that was predicted. And then he used to be not a very angry man. But what happened?
like in
There
the
was some
Dwarka,
river
yeah.
and he drank the water of that river. And evidently somebody had spilled alcohol in that river. But that's, if I'm
No,
inaccurate.
no, I think the little bit story, Prabhaji, is like since their prediction was there, they actually dumped all the liquor because all the young kids.
Something happened right in the river, right?
Yeah.
And this he happened to drink from that river. So now he got all haywired. And then these boys troubled him or something
Yeah,
happened.
they irritated
He
him.
would normally not get angry, but this time he did. And he ended up burning the Dwarka. Now, the other thing, Krishan because his parents were in there, I think it is during the same episode. So
Yes.
he wanted to save his parents. So he got his Rath, he put his parents on it and took them out of the palace. And he crossed the front gate and that gate fell. So Krishanji could come out, but the parents ended up getting burned. So you see how circumstances can change or happen in spite of all the efforts. But that doesn't mean they did not do the effort. And the fact that they will do all these efforts, also Bhagavan knew. So even when events happen in our lives, right, let's say, right, always go with the assumption that I'm trying, but it may not work. Whatever is to happen will happen in spite of my trying. So what that is going to do is give you a lot of peace if things don't go your way, in spite of trying your best. And we know in life, not everything goes our way, no matter how hard we try.
Yeah, yeah. Gita also, that's one of the big things, right? Not be attached to the fruits of your.
Right. So this is, so I'm not going to say which learned from which, doesn't matter. The point is, yes, Gita is, I mean, it's not explaining the whole thing as Krambad, just taking the gist of it and saying don't be attached to the fruit, but don't even be attached to the action you did. Is what we are going one step further here.
Mm.
That don't even take the doership of the action you did. So yes, and not just Gita, there are, I mean, you will find proverbs in
Yeah.
English that
Mhm.
relate to what we are learning. You will find Sufi proverbs that relate to what we are saying. I mean, this knowledge is universal. It always existed. So many people took it in their own way and explained it in their own way, and which may suit us. I mean, just like we hear 10 different pundits, and one suits us better than the other. That doesn't make that pundit good or bad or better or worse. It's just that what we can connect with. So, okay, continue.
Yes, one thing is certain, the response of listeners to that proclamation differed according to their individual destinies. Those whose future was auspicious developed detachment, vairagya, upon hearing it. Many embraced the naked Digambara renunciation. Numerous others undertook small vows, anurutas, and many attained right belief. But those destined for a lower rebirth, though of how to avert what was said by the Lord, they became preoccupied with trying to see how Dwarka would not burn. It was as though they directed all their effort toward proving the Lord's words false. But the Lord had merely spoken what he had seen and known. He was neither the doer nor the instigator of those events.
So you
In
see,
the
that
Lord,
is the key factor. That he had no desire that what happens, he's only seeing that. So same way, for Bahubaliji's example of that Shakuntala lady, I mean, she's not deciding whether he goes or not.
yeah,
She just, it
yeah,
happened to come to her knowledge, so she mentioned it.
yes. He was happy taking 4,000 rupees, but she saw it.
I didn't know she was charging for it.
Oh yes, she was charging.
Wow.
I was not having job. Somehow I collected money and I gave the money, think that she would do something to me.
So in short, Bahubali, you paid the money for something that could never be changed, right? But you still paid.
I didn't know
Okay, but
that.
something did change, this
I
peace of
was so,
mind.
see again, I was just that time doing some yoga and all. I was a lot of doership, correct? So something has to help me, some that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And believe me, sometimes if you know the future and if it can help you, by means, all means, go ahead and find
Yeah.
out. But if you have the courage to take if there is negative news.
Yeah. My brother is
So,
atheist.
I
Now
mean, she could
also.
have said, like, hey, nothing is going to happen to you. Forget
Yeah.
it. You're a gone case. And he has to be able to accept that too.
My brother joked about it because he does not believe. Now also he does not believe. But when something good happens, he used to tell people, my brother went to her, she gave him yantra, it's also working for us.
Yeah, it start
oh, then
working
you
for
got buy
her.
one, get one free. You
Yeah,
are
like
getting this per
he
person.
he says whatever comes to his mind, correct? Some things are going good, correct? After I
And for that, the Shastra says what? We all act like drunkards.
yeah.
So just say whatever. There is no.
Oh my God. Yeah. And my brother didn't do anything. He's doing so well, by the way. Okay. He's a
So,
liar. Okay. Yeah. So he's totally opposite of me.
oh my God. Okay.
Okay. So in the Lord's discourse, the burning of Dwarka was clearly described along with both its principal cause and instrumental causes. However, those whose belief was dependent on instrumental causes paid attention to the principal cause. Instead, they focused removing the instrumental causes, and in their view, having removed the instrumental causes, they believed themselves to be safe. But those with dependent on instrumental causes do not have firm faith in Lord's omniscience. Their outlook remains unsettled. It is not that they lacked all faith in the Lord's words. If they had none, why would they feel fear? Why would they become anxious? Why would they try, even in vain, to avert what was foretold? They had faith, but not firm faith, trust, but not complete trust. It was wavering, uncertain faith. Those whose worldly journey is nearing its end alone come to truly grasp omniscience.
Now you see why it's important,
Yeah.
Viraj.
Mm-hmm.
So until you have wavering faith, so this sentence is important. Underline that.
Yeah.
Those whose worldly journey is nearing its end alone come to truly grasping the omniscience. And let's say if we find ourselves to be in that category where right now we're still wavering, that's fine. Our time will come too. So nothing to feel bad about it. I mean, because this is all a journey, and each person can take their own time. There are people who don't do anything, don't believe in anything, and suddenly something brings a change in them and they quickly grasp everything. There are people who are trying for a long, long time and it takes them time. But that's fine. Adinath took how many years after Diksha to reach moksha?
I mean, some
1,000
time.
years.
Long
1,000.
time.
Mahavir Bhagwan,
For shorter.
12 years.
30
Yeah.
years or whatever, yeah,
Yeah, shorter. Yeah.
right? Much shorter. And there are others, Bharat, few seconds.
yeah. Bahubali took what, 6 months or
Does
something?
that make Adinath any less than his own son Bharat or Mahavir? No.
Even Bharat's son, Marichi is the Bharat's correct
Bharat's
in that.
right.
Yeah, so he became a 24th Tirthankara. That means he spent millions of years.
So much, yes, longer time in the world, even though he had the opportunity, like his brothers, to instantly go to moksha in front of their grandfather. So, fine, everybody's time is different, and it's the right time for them. But we should not be disheartened or stop trying. Even whether it was Adinath, whether it was Bharat, whether it was Mahavir, they still were in this path, thinking, believing, trusting. All that was part of the journey. So Mahavir was totally wavering during Adinath's time, right? He himself started 365, 63, whatever, wrong month. But then he turned around. So the Pratmanu Yoga stories are supposed to teach us, no matter where we are, we can still be progressing in this path. And of course, Shravakachar, or rather Vyavhar, will tell you that, hey, do your Purusharth, do your, get going faster. So, speaking of Purusharth, we finished Moksha Marg Prakashak last week. Amitji, you've already created the assignment, right?
Correct.
All right. So this semester, I don't know, but I was told by the Moodle team that now this is going to be an automated process. That if you don't upload your assignment within 3 weeks of you finishing in class that book, they will deduct 2 points every week or whatever their system is. It's beyond my control. FYI. So I know you guys have already lost 1 week. So get on task and upload your assignment for Mokshamar Prakashak, chapter 3 and 4. Ideally, I would recommend you write notes during class. If you're not good at writing notes during class, listen to YouTube and write brief notes and just keep accumulating. And so that way, when we finish that book, your assignment is already ready. And then if you rather prefer rereading and doing it, that's fine too. Nothing against it. Just do whatever makes it not a bigger burden for you. But now we do have to get on task and do things because they're automating some of this stuff.
So, Amit, what's the last date now?
I don't think you heard.
3 weeks, right, is what they're saying. Then we
So 2 more weeks.
completed on 12th of August, right? Mokshamar Prakashak. So from there,
I mean, I will have to find out. That's what they told me. I don't know how they're going to automate it. Maybe it will depend on the date you
Oh,
put.
so already lost 2 weeks. So 1 more
I
week to
think
go.
this
No, we didn't
weekend
look.
is the
Did
best
we
time,
look
I
2
think.
weeks? Yeah, you're right. So this time, maybe you can set it starting today, 3 weeks. I'll have to ask them how they're going to be able to automate this, but they did tell me that it's going to be automated.
Okay. So currently, Prabhaji, there is no automation. I have only created it. I do not see even a parallel or a duplicate entry created by them through automation. So I don't know. I just went ahead and created it, and I'm glad that Bahubali has already uploaded it. So it was worth for me
Wow.
to do it so early.
Wow.
Somebody has to set an example. Good. So
Yeah,
Last time, because of that, I lost that exam. I didn't do exam well because I
he was not
waited.
the topper, Viraj. So now he's in competition.
and that too is uploaded on 2nd of August. So 1 month back.
Yeah, I've been writing, I've been reading, I've been fine tuning. Yeah, that's. I like the Mokshamar Prakashak a lot. I mean, in the sense, like in the sense, so much it is.
It's a very, very comprehensive and such an
Correct.
easy read. It's a very, very good book. I mean, you'll probably want to read it again and again anyways. I mean, I've already taught it now. This is the 5th time I'm teaching.
Yeah.
One time during COVID, I taught it to my family from page 1 to end of the book, the whole book we read. Then 3 classes. I've already read it, 4, 5 times, and I still enjoy it a lot.
Swami, Mokshamar Prakashak, Krambaddhaparyay, and Nayas. They are the 3 topics I want to read again and again and again.
Right. I mean, yeah, these things. And see, the more you read, the more you open up your own,
Yeah.
and
because there's so much depth in there you cannot grasp one time. Only
yeah.
one time.
Yes. So, okay. And I'll still find out if there is any back end way they do this. I mean, I do know before they used to not ask the teachers. Now they've started asking the teachers to inform in the teachers group when we are done with paper 1, which I had to honestly do whenever we did finish it. So maybe they use that. I don't know. But anyway. Okay, let's continue.
So it was revealed in the Lord's divine sound, Divya Dvani, that Dwarka would burn down 12 years later. The ignorant thought this meant that the Lord himself would set Dwarka ablaze after 12 years. But the Lord had nothing to do with it. He was dispassionate, vitaraga, completely free from attachment and aversion toward anyone. Hence, the question of him burning Dwarka simply does not arise. However, he was also omniscient. He could see the future as vividly and clearly in the present as if it were unfolding before him now. Therefore, at that very moment, he clearly saw Dwarka burning 12 years hence. The flames that would rise after 12 years were already clearly visible to him, and truth spontaneously emerged in his speech. Himself did not set it ablaze, nor did anyone else burn it, because the principal cause contained the inherent capacity to be consumed by fire at its destined time, and the instrumental cause through which it would burn was also embedded within that very capacity. There was no agency of any external entity involved, because those instrumental causes through which the Dwarka was destroyed did not themselves wish for it to happen. The world does not attend to this inherent potency of the principal cause. That is precisely why the natural unfolding of the world escapes its understanding. Lord Adinath had foretold everything that would happen to Marichi up to Koda Kodi Sagar. Koda Kodi equals 10 million. Sagara is
10 million.
colossal amount of time in the future. Do you doubt the truth of that? Was all of that not already predicted? It had been declared countless lifetimes earlier that he would be the 24th Tirthankara. At that point, the bondage of the Tirthankara nature karma, Tirthankara Prakriti, had not even occurred, because once the Tirthankara Prakriti is bound, countless lifetimes cannot follow. The one who binds Tirthankara Prakriti either attains liberation in that very birth or at most within 3 lifetimes. Therefore, it also cannot be said that the future was fixed because of the bondage of karma. All of this only
So,
establishes that.
what does that tell us?
Yeah.
That whatever is visible to Bhagwan, see, all this is an automatic process. So, because that had to happen, his karmas had to be bound 3 lives prior.
For to be Tirthankara. Yeah.
Yet, Bhagwan did not decide to do that. That all is happening because of its own means. Bhagwan just saw it. Still the nimittik sambandh of karmas happened all his life when he was not able to understand, when he was not able to get the Samyak Darshan belief in the system. Things worked the way they did. And then whichever birth he got Samyak Darshan, and then whichever birth he got this Tirthankar karma, all that nimittik, whatever was to happen, did happen, whether Bhagwan saw it or not. That was supposed to happen. And that's why we shouldn't get too entangled in who saw it, and if they saw it, then why bother, and all those things. Because life will still happen the way it's supposed to happen. Just because somebody is able to know it and it is determined doesn't really change a whole lot for you.
Yeah.
you
Even
understand
asking questions is also part of it, correct? Even asking questions is also part of it. Maybe that's why
Everything, but the
Viraj is
reason,
also like asking so many things because you want confirmation. So
Right.
maybe,
exactly.
yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay
Yeah.
to keep doubting, keep
Yeah.
asking till you convince yourself.
Yeah.
And that's fair. Until we are, each person has to do it for themselves. So, okay, continue. Okay, and somebody else wants to read? Sorry, Viraj, you want to read now?
Yeah.
All
I'm
of
sorry.
this.
It was where I'm trying to see where I am here.
If you're looking at the screen, it's at the top
Yeah,
of the
there is all of this only establishes that it was predetermined even during the time of Adinath, and he would be the 24th Tirthankar. And if it was predetermined that would be the 24th Tirthankar, then the intermediate lifetime must also be predetermined. It is precisely because they were predetermined that they could be known and foretold. In Tilokaya Pannati, section 4, verses 1002 to 1016, there is a clear mention to knowing the future through the eightfold knowledge of the omens, Nimitta Gnan. Acharya Bhadrabahu, on the basis of knowledge of the omens, had predicted a 12-year famine in North India, which came entirely true. Emperor Chandragupta had dreams on the basis of which future events were also foretold.
So what they're saying is it's omniscient, of course, knows everything and anything. But
Mhm.
There are other ways. So this Tiloyapaniti Shastra explains how to develop this Nimitta Gnan. And there are all this Jyotish or whatever, these are all considered as Nimitta Gnanis, right? They can be Nimitt in telling you the future, right? And depending on how good their knowledge, how good their mathematical calculation is, they may not be 100% accurate, which is
Mhm.
given, but they may come close. So, due to that, Acharya Bhadrabahu predicted the famine. Emperor Chandragupta could see things in his dreams. So all these we have known. These things have happened in our presence, in our knowledge. So,
Mhm.
okay, continue.
Furthermore, is it not written in Karuna Karunanu
Karnanu
Yog that in 6 months and in 8 summers, smallest indivisible time unit, 608 jivas will emerge from the lowest form of life, Nigod, and in the same amount of time, an equal number of jivs will attain liberation. Can more jivs then emerge from the lowest form of life or attain liberation? Isn't is this not predetermined? If it is, then does it not undermine the independence of the entity? Why will only this many jivs attain liberation? Why not more? In Karunanayo, the fixed number of jivs in the four realm gatis is stated that the number never increases or decreases. If everything were not predetermined, then the number of infernal beings,
Narg.
nariki, and celestial being devas should vary according to their sin, pap, and merit punya. Karunanu Yoga also states that when a jeev emerges from the lowest form of life since eternity, Nitya Nigod, it does so for 2000 sagaras. During that time, it goes through a specific number of births as being with two senses, three senses, four senses, 48 births as a human. What is all this then? Oh, I didn't know that. 48 births as a human, yeah? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, that
Wow.
is why it is so rare, and that's why it's recommended that this Purusharth can only be done in human form. So better to do it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the whole purpose of human form, is to
Mm-hmm.
utilize it for this purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that like in their 16 male, 16 female,
Yeah.
16 napumsaka, that they say like
Yeah. So
So 16 male, 16 female, and
you will get 16 male birth, 16 female birth, 16 Napusang birth.
no.
Hey, so right now you're lucky, so take advantage.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Okay.
today is your day. You know, it was funny. I was on a Southwest flight last night. So this, yeah, was it last night, this morning, whatever. Anyway, so this lady, you know how they give you this explanation of this, and then you pull this,
Yeah,
and
the mask. Yeah.
this thing will inflate. And some of these Southwest air hostesses, they kind of make you laugh. So she goes like, if it doesn't inflate, today is not your day.
Today is not your
Oh my God. Very, she's telling us that if it doesn't inflate, today is not your day. So it was funny. So the lady sitting next to me, like we were
That
joking
is funny.
about it. And then, so then, they give you this graham crackers and some snack right in the plane. So, so, so then Shanti reads that the graham crackers had milk, so he's vegan, so he won't eat it. Then he read there's also egg, so then like, okay, we cannot eat it. So we put it away. I went back and I told whoever is in the back, because I saw and she was opening the cupboard, that there's something other than those snacks. I said, hey, can I get something different? Because I don't eat these things and I cannot eat this snack. And this lady was showing an attitude that no, 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 this is only for premier seats and I don't want to lose my job over it, blah, 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 whatever happened. Fine. I come back and Shanti had that cookie, this special vegan cookie. He's got a wedding cookie. I'm like, what? How did you get it? I just asked the lady. So he said, well, the lady in the front gave it to me. So I went there And I mean, I just told her honestly that, hey, because this cookie has eggs, can you give me the other one? He tells the other air hostess. Okay, so she goes and she sees that the box where they keep it is empty. She goes back. And then she takes out this whole brand new packet with 20, 30 of these like cookie packets and gives me the whole thing. And so the other air hostess says, "Oh, she must really like you. She's giving you the whole packet." And these are like really, really expensive cookies. Okay. So I'm like, no, I'm not taking this whole thing. I mean, I can't. I mean, you're only supposed to give me one little cookie packet. You're giving me the whole. I'm not taking it, I said. So she says, no, don't worry. I'll take it. I'll walk with you. I'll hold it behind me
Oh.
and give it to you when your seat comes. So you don't have to be embarrassed that you're taking this whole packet. So I'm like, okay, so what am I going to say no to that? I said, fine. So she comes and gives me that. And I put it in my bag. I told my next lady, I said, today is my day. Look at this. And then we were having this discussion with our kids, and they're like, "Mom, each of those little things is like $4, $5. That's how expensive these cookies were." So,
Yeah. Uh,
so that's what I'm saying is that so this is your time, Viraj. You got the Manush and you got the human form and the male form. So take
all
advantage.
Especially after becoming the topper, you cannot question.
Oh
Yeah,
God, no, please don't talk about
you're
that. No,
expected the
I'm not a
highest.
topper. No. No. All right. Okay. Does this not lead to the conclusion that the number of Jeeves in all four realms of existence is fixed, that each of the Jeeves' sequence of birth is also fixed, and that the sequence too is predetermined? Otherwise, how would the entire arrangement remain in order? At some places, there would be overcrowding while others would lie vacant, but that never happens.
That story I was trying to tell you, that even that air hostess knew that it is predetermined. So today is not your day if the thing doesn't work. That's the point I was trying to make. What do you think? That's exactly what they mean when they say today is
Yeah.
not your day.
Prabhaji, you should have brought those cookies to this class.
But I can show you.
Too bad it's virtual, right?
I know. Yeah, they are really good too. And my kids told me that they're extremely expensive cookies. So I said, wow, that was my day, huh? So and it was so funny. I mean, that's what you call destiny, right? One host, just totally put me down. I'm not going to lose your job over your demand. Like, okay, fine.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. Up- Upon this, people begin to feel, forget dharma, we do not even have control over performing merit or sin. Are we entirely bound then? To
See,
them,
Viraj
we,
has no control over being a topper.
yeah, no
He's
control,
himself saying
none,
it.
none. Uh, to them, we say auspicious, Shubha and inauspicious dispositions continue to alternate naturally because neither of them lasts.
Oops, what happened? Where did you
Yep,
go?
sorry. Oh,
Yeah, that's okay.
okay,
Playing with your
sorry.
computer. Hey, you're sharing your screen.
uh, there you
Now
go.
I wanted to bring. Sorry, I wanted to bring. We talked about Marichi, correct? You say like okay, 24th Tirthankara. So there is one this Dr. Jayanti Lal Jain.
Yeah, I know.
She made a chart. Yeah, about based on scriptures. I think how many lifetimes the Marichi spent before he became Tirthankara. I wanted to just show, but later we will.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll
why
show.
don't
Let's
we
let
look
her
at it?
finish the
It
picture.
looks like interesting information.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, show then.
Yeah. So this one is okay. So it is. It talks about Mahavir in the making part one. So like initially like trillion of years before even Marichi, this one is trillion years before the birth of first Tirthankara Adinath. he was like a tribal person, and then he born in first heaven. Okay, after lived for two sagas heaven. He became Marich's grandchild of Adinath. Okay, first grandson of Bharat.
So that two
So,
sagas was when he came from Nigod. Is that what they're saying?
enjoyed. So like no, here he was okay. So tribal. He was a tribal trillion years before birth of first Tirthankar Adinath. Trillion years before he was a tribal
Right.
leader. And then I think they do not talk about Nigodet here. So
Okay.
lived for two sagas in the first heaven. Okay, and after that he became a human, means
Oh, you
son of
know, this
Bharat.
Bheel thing, this story, this Purva Bheel comes in Shwetambar tradition as if he got Samyak Darshan during that. That's
I
interesting.
think one of the interesting facts when he was Marichi is he started Hinduism. Did
Right.
you notice?
That
Yeah,
is true. Yeah.
that's what they say actually. Yeah,
Mhm.
63 panthas there. There is
363
yeah.
Panthas.
That's what no Bhagavad Gita just because of he tweaked. I think that's what they say.
Mhm.
But anyway, so like after Marichi,
Mhm.
he born in fifth heaven. Then again back to human in Brahmin family, and then went to first heaven. Like there lived for two saga of sensuous pleasures. Pushpamitra born in a Brahmin family, renounced worldly life. Okay, then second heaven, Agnishesha born in Brahmin family. Third heaven lived for seven saga, Agnimitra born in Brahmin family. Known and fourth heaven then, Mahendra heaven, again born in Brahmin family. Fourth heaven, uncountable number of years in the heaven. After this gets many births, having 4, 3, and 2 senses. And ultimately births having only one sense. See, he went back one sense. Thousands of births as a medicinal plant.
Wow.
80,000 births as a shell.
Mm.
Births as a mimosa tree. 99 lakh births of a banana tree. 3,000 births. I mean, see, from here, he has been spending as a single sense
Mm.
many births of land of enjoyment. Then Bhogabhumi, then he came to Bhogabhumi. I mean, yeah, so like, see the here, like
Yeah,
important
this is
person.
this Mahavir is that we all have gone through this.
Yeah.
It's
But
for us
this
to know.
seems to violate that 48 birds as human beings, right? I mean,
No. I think every
No, it
2,000
doesn't.
sagas, he'll go back to those things. See,
2000
like,
sagar is a very, very, very long time,
yeah,
Arun.
Oh my God, that's so long. Yeah,
yeah.
That's
2000.
way too long. Yeah.
And
in
then,
that 2000 sagar, all this has happened.
yeah. So then Mahavir in the third phase, like Stavara, born as a Brahmin city, born in, like Vishwamandi, 10th heaven. Then he went to hell here. Look at hell.
yeah, he went to Narakos.
Yeah. Leads of life, a cruelty, lion, goes to hell again, born again a lion, first heaven, once the kings in Jain monk. This is 8th heaven, king, 12th heaven, Nanda king. Then, see, like in this,
So when he was
here
born,
he
sir,
got enlightenment here. See, we
oh,
think that soon after that he became Mahavir. No, after that enlightenment, he Samyak Darshan, Samyak Drishti, he
that
took the
that
Samyak.
was fourth Gunasthan, right? There where
Yeah.
Oh, then he went to
So,
heaven, king, heaven. Yeah, at least he is not one sense, two sense, three sense,
no.
right? After that.
Here. You see that?
Oh, there's
No,
hundreds of thousands of birds.
no,
Yeah.
that's fine. No, after Samyak Darshan, I'm saying
Oh,
after
yeah. Correct. Yeah.
after Samyak Darshan, it's all five
Smooth sailing.
senses, right? With first heaven, king, 10th
But
heaven,
once you get Samyak Darshan, how many life before you?
Well,
no,
the maximum can be Ardha Pudgal
Artha
Paravarta.
Pudgal
But usually, if you keep your Samyak Darshan, then you don't go to lower forms of life.
Yeah.
So how much is
You lose it, then you can.
It's again billions of years.
Oh, it's a very, very long time. But most people don't. Most people usually they're saying like mostly 10, 15 births, not more than that. Very rarely it happens that
Mm.
everybody keeps their Samyak darshan and goes through so many years.
Now, one of the problems with this
Here is
time
this is the
scale
one.
is it doesn't
I
need
am
the
trying to show it, but it's not coming in this picture.
No, it's
Oh,
not
this
coming.
cloud, yeah, it's okay.
But according to Jainism, how old is, I mean, there it says trillions of years ago. So there was human life at that time?
Oh yeah.
Of course, it's always been there. Remember the Kal Chakra? Actually, you're going to study about the Kal Chakra this semester.
Prabhaji, the universe as we know is only about 3-4 billion years old, right?
No, no, no. So the science may say that, but it always existed. Though there is
The science
nothing
even don't know the
that
Vidya
started,
Kshetra and
the
all,
science
correct?
doesn't know. Everything always existed. It just changed form. So, like the eras have been changing, good era, bad era, then sixth will be. And all of the religions say the sixth Kal is going to come, and every religion has some way of saying that things are going to get worse. And when
Yeah.
the science says it's only so many years old or whatever, what they're saying is after everything demolished and started again, maybe that's what they're talking about.
Okay. So the point here is, so Adinatha Tirthankar, okay, Adinatha Tirthankar here, he said he will be 24 Tirthankara. That means in between, how many lifetimes? So we cannot even count. He predicted, he said this one, the Tirthankara saw, the Adinatha Tirthankara saw this life, this. He saw everything, but he mentioned only this one.
So just read, is it lessons from the story? What is it?
You want me to read? I can read loudly.
Quickly.
Some of the lessons of Lord Mahavir's story are given below, which one should ponder over from time to time. And these will provide great insights into the story and our lives. The purpose of the story is not to convey that it takes long time and efforts to achieve moksha, but to emphasize that if right efforts are made in the right direction, in the direction of the understanding the nature of pure soul, one can attain moksha very quickly, even in less than 48 minutes. The climax and anticlimax of the story are to be noticed, as anyone can pass through such stages. There is nothing new in ups and downs in lives as regulated by karmic bondage. Born as a grandson of first Tirthankara.
That's good enough. So
Yeah.
yeah, so the point they're trying to make is that everybody who made the effort went to moksha faster. Bharat Chakravarti, even though he stayed in all the luxuries or whatever, he really didn't even get a chance to become a monk technically, and still he attained moksha because he had the true understanding inward. And he, by the way, this Jayanti Lalji Jain, I think, is the same guy. Remember Viraj in New Jersey? There's that Himanshu Jain.
Yeah.
This is Himanshu's dad.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
He's a professor. He used to be a professor and a well-read person. So this is his book, I think. Anyway, so
Bhavanaji, can you post it on the WhatsApp?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah.
So the point they are trying to make is that, see, some people can read this and say, oh, it's okay. It took him so long, so it's okay. What's the big deal? It can take me so long. Others will say, no, I don't want to take so long. I want to be like Bharat Chakravarti, be able to internalize it. And then no matter where I am, I know who I am. And that is what is going to take me towards liberation.
Oh, not bad.
So in spite of living in the riches, Bharat Chakravarti never thought of himself as that Raja, as that Chakravarti. To him, he was always that pure soul. And that is the difference between who can accomplish this and who cannot, or rather take longer. I mean, whoever is destined is going to accomplish it. But so Okay.
Okay.
By the way, does anybody know? Like, I tried to copy paste from PDF and it changes, like, doesn't come. Anyone knows why? Well, we can talk about it after class. Though.
If the PDF is a scan, it's a scanned. If it has images, then it is a problem.
It will give
Oh,
you a very junk kind of a value, but the junk
yeah.
value, right, is hexadecimal. It's not a decimal. So basically, right, the computer turns everything into binary. That's how it thinks, right?
Yeah,
But
but
this is
if
hexadecimal.
you copy the image and put it in ChatGPT, like extract the text, it will does that. But for
Correct.
English, for sure.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I have to
But
learn.
even if you put that garbage value, that is also understood by ChatGPT.
Are
You
you
try
kidding
sometimes.
me?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
because it knows it's a hexadecimal and it has capability
Oh
to
yeah,
change
yeah.
it. So
Very interesting.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's continue. I don't know how much we covered today. I think we talked too much today. It's okay.
okay. Karunano Yog also states
Where's
that
Nidhi today? Hey, no video on. What's going on? Where are you, Nidhi? And whenever there's no video on, I wonder. It's okay. Let's go.
it's early for her, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably
I
7
know.
o'clock in the morning.
It's
There she
early for her.
So,
Oh,
yes,
there
Hey, we
she is.
think you turned it on and you went back to sleep, Nidhi.
No, I have heard, I'm listening.
Okay, then keep your video on if you're listening.
Actually, something
Now
alongside.
you look like you're going on space or something, your background, and now you have the headphones on.
In the kitchen. I'm preparing. Today's Raksha Bandhan, right?
Oh,
So I
okay.
have
oh
to.
yeah.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Continue. That's fine. Okay, let's go.
Karunano Yoga also states that when a jeev emerges from the lowest form of life since eternity, Nitya Nagod, it does so for 2000 sagaras. During this time, it goes to I think I already read
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that.
I think
Yeah,
that
you
Yeah,
did
you
that.
read all
Next
that.
one.
Very good.
next paragraph. Yeah.
Yeah, does this not lead to the conclusion that the number of jeeves in all four realms of existence is fixed? That each jeev's sequence of births is also fixed, and their sequence too is predetermined. Otherwise, how would the entire arrangement remain in order? At some place, there would be
You
overcrowding,
read
while other place, yeah.
you read this
Upon
also.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
read
Don't tell
also,
me
yeah.
that will never happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
to
Now
right.
them
that
we say.
upon this.
No, that is also read. To them we
Okay.
say.
No, it that we didn't read. Forget Dharma. Do we not even
Yeah, we
have
did
them?
not read that. Yeah.
Oh,
No? Oh,
that's
then.
exactly Viraj's thought.
Oh,
Yes.
That-
no, then I must have
No, no,
pre-read it.
I understand dharma and only thing. Only thing I don't get is the predetermined. I understand the purusharth. I understand all of that. Is the issue I have is everything's predetermined, right?
All right, so then read the next paragraph. That's the
Yeah.
answer.
To them we
But
say auspicious shubh and inauspicious ashubh dispositions continue to alternate naturally because neither of them lasts longer than a antarmurat, time between one avli plus one samay and one avli less than 48 minutes. Samay equals moment, avli equals innumerable samay. Can you explain that?
Okay.
Why is
So Avli is a term. So these are all explained by Acharya. So these terminologies were made by Acharyas for humans, us to understand. So in relation to our understanding, they're saying, since we understand minutes and hours, so they're saying the Avli that comes in our Shastra is 48 minutes according to the current time that we understand.
Mm-hmm.
And Samay is actually even the indivisible fraction of a second, indivisible fraction of any time measurement. And in 48 minutes, there is innumerable of those samays. The
Right,
seconds are fixed in 48 minutes, but samays are innumerable. You cannot count that many samays. That's all.
right. Yeah. Hence, change is inevitable in every antarmurat. Even with the boundless effort, you cannot remain in an auspicious disposition for more than one antarmurat. If you do not ascend into the pure state, then a fall into the impure is inevitable. This transformation also occurs even in the lowest form of life. Auspicious dispositions arise there too. Otherwise, how would a jeev ever emerge from the lowest form of life? the merit required to become a five-sensed being with a mind, Sanya Panchendriya, being bound by Jeev ranging from one sense to five sense mindless, Asani
Asanni.
Panchendriya, being while still in the mindless state, Asangnya Dasha. Those sons of Bharat Chakravarti, universal monarch, who emerged from the lowest form of life, bypassing any significant intermediate births, became the sons of the universal monarch and attained liberation in that very life, and bound the merit of human birth and of being born in the house of a universal monarch, and of attaining a type of body in which liberation occurs while still in the mindless state. But all of this unfolded effortlessly in a natural sequence. It became possible naturally. There was no deliberate, intellect driven effort involved.
Hmm.
As has
Okay.
been said, mhm,
By the way, what page number was that? Can you just scroll up a
we,
little bit? That was
we are
okay.
12. We are on 12 now.
Okay, wow, we hardly did much today, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
As has been said, Nitya Nigod Mahitai Kadikara Nar Parajiya Paya Sukhadani Samakit Lahi Antarmurata में केवल पाया वरी शिवरानी. Even so, I would like to know from you, what kind of meritorious disposition do you wish to have the freedom to perform? That of attaining the status of Tirthankar, a universal monarch, or that of a Indra and the like, when there are only 24 Tirthankars and not even two simultaneously in a single region? Can two jeeves bind the merit capable of making them Tirthankars simultaneously? This statement is made with reference of a single region. If you say within Dahi Dweep, Dhani Dweep, central
Right.
inhabited region,
right, yeah, it's okay.
Right.
yeah, Dahi Dweep, yeah, centralized in centralized inhabited region of the inhabitable universal as per Jain cosmology, there are can be 170 Tirthankars at the same time. I have no objection. But then why only 170? Why not 200? Why 200 jeeves simultaneously not bind such merit? The names of the forthcoming 24 Tirthankars in Bharat cosmic region have already been declared by the Jain scriptures. Along with that, the names of jeeves who are to become future Tirthankars have also been declared. All of this is definite, and this is why it has been declared. Can any jeev apart from them bind the Tirthankar Prakrit? If not, then for rest of us, there is no release from the next 19 Kodakori Sagaras. Oh my God. Mhm.
What about becoming Tirthankar? Just, you know, aim for moksha.
Yeah. I'll let somebody else if they want to read.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and and you are aware that a Jeev emerges from the lowest form of life since eternity and remains as a two to five sensed being for only 2000 sagar. If it does not attain liberation during this time, it must return to the lowest form of life. After that, there is no certainty for an infinite period of time.
Mhm.
If you say, all right, not in Bharat, but will they become Tirthankars in Airavat or Videha regions? But dear brother, when the Tirthankaras of the Bharat region have already been declared, then surely the Tirthankaras of Airavat and Videha have been declared as well. Just as scriptures here mention this region, the scriptures of those regions will mention theirs. Brother, in the omniscient's knowledge, the Tirthankaras across all regions and for all time have been already declared. There is no room whatsoever for doubt or deviation. If someone says, fine, perhaps not the merit for a Tirthankara, but I'll become a universal monarch instead, But the seats for universal monarchs are even fewer. In the time it takes for 24 Tirthankaras to appear in one region, there are only 12 universal monarchs. Are they talking about Chakravarti when they say universal
Chakravarti.
monarch?
Chakravarti.
Okay. If the Tirthankaras are fixed, then surely the universal monarchs must also be fixed. The scriptures do not provide mention of each and every one simply because it is impractical to list everything. By mentioning the Tirthankaras, it has been generally conveyed that everything is, in fact, predetermined. It is also necessary to know this. It is not necessary to know what will happen to whom. Even if the future of everyone were revealed, who would be able to remember it all? And besides, who is really interested in knowing the future of others? Everyone is only concerned with knowing their own. All right, then, not a Tirthankara, or not a Tirthankar, not a universal monarch, at least we will perform merit and go to the celestial realm. But even there, a seat must be vacant for you to go. Must it not? This reminds me of green card, right? There should be a slot open for you to get a green card.
No, forget about green card. Now H1 also.
If it is in the Krambath only, then you will get it.
Yeah, that's the same thing. There is no untimely death in the celestial realm. If a celestial being Dev or Indra has just arrived in a celestial realm, then until their lifespan is fully completed, no other Jeev can bind the merit necessary for that very position. And those lifespans, they last for sagaras. Not just in the celestial realm, even in the infernal realm,
ये
one
नरक में भी
cannot
चढ़ानी
enter,
है.
unless there is a vacancy. You will be born only at that time and in that place for which your position is secured, reserved. Only then and
Oh.
only there you will receive that place.
So now you see, can any AI or any computer beat this?
Yeah, this is the biggest jigsaw puzzle of the world, right?
Yeah.
Where every pieces are being fit. According to the testimony
You'll
of
just sit wherever you're predestined to be.
According to the testimony of Jinvani, this is precisely how it is. It is another matter if one chooses not to accept Jinvani itself, but even that does not bring any resolution. For then, one would have to abandon many other things as well. One would no longer be able to accept Adinath or Mahavir. Accepting the 24 Tirthankaras or the 12 universal monarch would also not be possible. For all of these are accepted on the basis of what is written in the scriptures. And if the scriptures are no longer held to be true, then everything collapses. Have you ever truly reflected on how much you have accepted solely on the basis of the scriptures? Just take a moment to think it through, and you will see celestial realm and infernal realm, all of it disappears. What will remain is only that which is visible before your eyes. I trust you would not be willing to go that far. And if you find some merit in what I am saying, then I urge you to consider it seriously, just once.
Yeah, so
When even
imagine.
Yeah, when even
Sorry.
those scholars who consider themselves experts in Prathamanu or Karnanu oppose the idea that all modifications are sequentially governed, one cannot help but be astonished. For in both Prathamanu and Karnanu this principle receives emphatic support at every step. Similarly, in the scriptures of Charnanu and Dravyanu this view echoes throughout. Citations from Samaisar, Atmakhyati, and Kartikenu Preksha have already been presented. In the Pradipika commentary on verse 102 of Pravachan Sar, as well, there is a mention of origination moment and cessation moment of a modification. That too reinforces this point. And in the commentary of verse 99 of Pravachansar itself, just as the progress of spatial extension Vistarakram is explained, the flow-wise sequence Pravahakram, that is sequentially bound modification, is also clarified using the analogy of a garland as follows. Just as the substance through, though one in its totality, in its indivisibility, is, in terms of spatial extension, composed of subtle parts known as space points, pradeshas, in the same way, though the activity or function, vritti, of the substance is one in its totality, in terms of flow-wise sequence, it is composed of subtle parts known as modifications, parinams. Just as the cause of spatial extension is the mutual distinctness of space points, similarly, the cause of flow-wise sequence is the mutual distinctness of modifications. Okay. This also explains the above, right? The four aboves that we did was also
Right.
that the flow-wise sequence is the mutual distinctness of modifications.
Right. So what they're saying is, see, in fact, when you read some of these details, you can feel like it won't be humanly possible, whether you use AI, computer, it doesn't matter, to possibly fit all this. See, the numbers remain the same, yet all these modifications are happening in so many infinite lives and where they end up. So the numbers in each gatis are fixed, right? So when you enter a gati, let's say you are going to enter Swarg, same moment some other soul has to leave that. So I don't care how big a computer, what you make, it seems almost impossible to do what the universe naturally does.
Even they say like the gunasthanas, at each gunasthanas, how many jivas are there? That's also fixed.
Yeah, everything is fixed. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Actually, most of the engineering is based on mass balance, right?
Yep.
So it's
actually a lot of science, what do you call, fundamentals research, I've heard has been based on a lot of Jain scriptures, actually, because the Greeks had them, so many other countries, philosophers had these shastras, and some of them we don't even have it. They are in other countries.
Yeah, sometimes it reads like theoretical physics, actually.
Yeah. Chemistry also, this karma, like how the Udgala forms, skandhas and all. There is this one in Dr. N.L. Kachar or something. So he's a scientist. I mean, I have collected so many PDs a long time back. It talks about the karmas, how they compose and divide, compose. There is a big science formulas. He wrote formulas.
In fact, even if you just look at the definition of samay, it's the smallest entity of time, right?
Unit of measure.
If you try to expand it in terms of theoretical physics, it would be
and
immense.
you know that Tiloya Panatti, I think that was the shastra that Ujjwala Shah was translating when she was at our house. And oh my God, those numbers she had, I mean, there is these weird symbols that denote how many, the numbers that we don't see in mathematics. And
she did translate those Gummad Sara Karmakand in Hindi.
right,
Amazing.
simple version, right, exactly. And actually, we visited her this last trip to India. So again, you could have a very good Gyanavarniya Shayopsham. Okay. Like even the Shakuntala Devi, right? At some point, she was better than a computer and all that. But all that is only Gyanavarniya Shayopsham.
Even Einstein, correct? Yeah.
That does not give her Samyak Darshan, though. So always remember that. So none of that. Even, I mean, of course, we admire whatever abilities somebody has and in relevance to how it applies to us, but still, Samyak Darshan is always above and beyond that. So,
Yep. Okay.
okay.
Just as the space points, by arising in their own form at their designated location and perishing in their prior form, and by being interwoven with one another everywhere to constitute an indivisible reality, are characterized
Correct.
by origination, cessation, and permanence. Utpatti, Sahar, Dravya. In the same way, the modifications, by arising in their own form at their proper moment and perishing in their previous form, and by being interwoven with one another everywhere to constitute a unified flow, are also characterized by origination, cessation, and permanence. And just
Prabhaji,
as
you want
this,
to explain this a little bit?
Okay. So what they're saying is, we know all dravya have utpad, vyay, and dravya. Cessation is the vyay part they're talking about. So any mode of anything is going to have a starting point. It's going to end that mode though only. Okay, remember. But the dravya itself will continue to exist. So when we talk about all this aras and everything will get destroyed and then the new things will come, think about it. What is it really going to happen? So in the Kal Chakra, we'll read this description of what happens after sixth ara, right? There is these heavy torrential rains are going to come, and rains of dirt and rains of this and that, and it will pretty much destroy all humanity. Already, as we go from fifth Kal to sixth Kal, more stresses, more humans are going to be shorter and shorter
Yeah.
and shorter, and to the point where they're going to be only remaining, I think, 1 foot or 6 inches long or whatever, something like that.
So,
And
Prabhaji, based on Jain principles, how far along we are in the fifth call, actually?
we are, I used to know this number. We are
44,000 is fifth and sixth. So
we are
Currently,
not even halfway yet in the fifth. I think there's still 25,000 years left.
yeah, yeah.
okay. I
Mhm.
mean, what we see right now is like even the wet weather that we see is
Right. Things are
reminds us of
already,
that.
you can see things are declining, and there is predictions where people will be longing for water. I mean, right now we see oceans full of water, but there will be time when there will be no water remaining on Earth.
And
Then
yeah, there is somebody asked this question. I think one of the discourses, some Sanjayji Godar. Oh, why do you say everything is decreasing? See, look at the science, look at the AI, so look at so advancement, correct? Why you say like it's decreasing? They say like, yes, it is technology increasing, but individuals' intelligence is going down. The
the
grasping is
emotional,
going down.
have you heard about the emotional intelligence and so many things? In fact, oh my God, you will start realizing this so fast. Uh, we were just visiting my son who was getting married, and his fiance has an AI company, kind of irony. And all of a sudden, we feel like, my God, we cannot relate to them. It's like everything they do, it's like they're talking to this AI constantly. They're planning their wedding details, and they're going to have an event in Mexico, and the whole thing is planned through AI. And they're constantly, I see these people talking to AI. I'm like, hey, excuse me, parents, here we exist. You know, I mean, life is going to be so different. I tell you, I had to sit these kids and kind of give them a little lecture on Jainism. I had to tell them that, look at you guys, what you're doing. I mean, this pretty soon AI is going to take over all the relationships, all the I mean, already this morning class I was talking, and people were saying some people rather talk to AI than to a human being, because AI is going to respond the way they want it to
Yeah,
respond,
yeah,
and not kind of
yeah.
similar response
That's
like
true.
why people keep dogs and not have kids and whatever else is going on. So just think which direction the world is going. So I had to give them this little lecture about, like, whether whatever happens, AI, not AI, whether you can be all the wealthiest you want, at the end of the day, what are you accomplishing if you don't even know who you are? So, I mean, of course, it'll right now is not their age to kind of really get swayed into my lectures, but at least I keep, giving my 2 cents worth, reminding them that there is more to life than just this. But yes, the coming future is going to change very, very fast with AI. And before we know it, I mean, we will feel very old even if we try to catch up with AI, because the youngsters and the next generation is going to be so much, up with this, and their lives are going to be completely entangled with AI that sometimes we won't be able to figure it out. So, yeah, it was funny. I see them, they wake up in the morning, first thing they do is talk to AI. My son taught me how to delete all my emails, how to sort through everything in my email and Yahoo and Gmail, blah, blah, blah. In seconds, it's done. Then my husband had to write a letter for one of his classmates to be selected for some award in IIT. And in 2 seconds, that letter was written. You feed him, what his accomplished philanthropy accomplishments were, what is IIT, what my husband's, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. Boom, it spits out a beautiful letter. And you can give it everything that make sure this is somebody IIT who graduated in this year, like knowing his level of intelligence and knowing it should not sound American, it should sound Indian, all the things you give it and it spits out a beautiful letter. So this next generation is constantly getting everything done through AI. It's almost like mind-boggling right now for us.
There is one movie called in Disney, like a few years back, it Wall-E. One should watch it. Animation.
Wall-E, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
ALL-E?
yeah,
Yeah.
Wall-E. It's like everything is AI. Humans become like what is that? Handicap. They are like in his wheelchair. All of them. So they
Oh my
just
It's
almost
over dramatization, I think, to drive the point home, right?
You
no.
never
It's
Yeah.
know.
it's
You
it's a
never
wall,
know
and
what could
10
happen. I
years
mean,
back it
think
came.
about it. Suddenly, all of a sudden, you will have robots coming into your home doing all your chores, right? Uh, Friendships are going to be with AI, and now they've already, China has come out with robots feeling and looking exactly like humans.
Yeah, there is one Robin Williams movie also. Their robot, it developed emotions. It fights in the court that that should be recognized as part of the society. So that's been done very well. That animation
Yes.
is so good. The
It's going to
CGI
fight
is
with you like a wife or husband. And yeah, it's, my God, it's really, but think about it, like, okay, so let's say all this happens. Obviously, the positives are going to come with its negatives too. And think where the world is going to go towards. Right? So, but well, it is inevitable. Things are going to happen. Can't be bothered. We just stay above afloat. We can always stay afloat of any of all of that. So, okay. So, did you finish that page? We'll read another couple paragraphs, maybe.
Yeah,
Or
I finished the 13, so we can start
It's
with the
10
14.
o'clock, so
okay, fine. So we can start with 14 next class. Fair enough.
Yeah,
How many pages are in this PDF? Just curious.
150.
115.
115.
Wow. Okay. So
We are at the 30th.
no, we are at the.
Oh no, that is the book page number. The PDF page number is separate. On the right, you see 94, 93 it is showing, right?
Oh,
so
I
that
see.
is the
That's the
77.
Yeah, 77 is the total pages, correct. In the book.
Oh, the 115 is the physical book pages. Okay, got it.
PDF pages.
It has like appendix.
Oh, all right. So it's okay, fine. So 77 pages actually, of which we have done 13. Fair enough. Okay, no problem. All right, guys. So, yeah, because I just have to little bit control how much we go
Book
astray.
page number 14.
Yeah, book page number 14 we'll start with. Yeah. Okay, you can stop sharing your thing, computer, Baliji. Okay. सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है वंदना शत बार है जय जिनेन्द्र
And
Jai Janak.
yeah, keep pondering, and I think the few pages we read, I think all these details that sound scientific or whatever they're giving is all relating to us understanding there is something which the universal law does that is predetermined, nothing, no harm in understanding and accepting that because there is no one person, nobody doing it. Shami. It's just universal existence that we're trying to understand.
yeah.
Okay.